mission, solving mysteries in the night. Chasing shadows, finding answers, shining bright light. No one's left behind, in the darkness all alone. With a heart like a siren, she brings the lost ones home. Silent cries in the dark no longer have to be, for justice wheels keep turning, granny on the beat. Broken voices find their power, call out hope again. When these crime busters run, no victims left in vain. Bravery in her veins, true she won't disguise. With a fire in her eyes, she's got nothing to deny. Granny fights for justice, never backs down from the call. For the voiceless and the missing, she'll stand tall.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Hello, Lori, Anna, good to see you. Cheryl, hello. Everybody else that's in the bushes, good to see you guys. We are going to get started with our spotlight on the missing, and today we have two teenagers that are under an Amber Alert. Our first one is, I don't know if it's Rochelle or Rachel Fisher, missing with her brother Alan Fisher since June 22nd, last seen in Monteview, Idaho. She's 15 years old, brown hair, green eyes, 5'5", 135 pounds, last seen wearing a green dress. They may be headed to a FLDS group in Mendon, Utah. How they are traveling is unclear. They may be with adult siblings. So Amber Alert for these two. Alan Fisher. Same thing. He's 13, blonde hair, blue eyes, 5'9", 135 pounds. Last seen wearing a blue shirt and blue jeans. Again, may be headed to an FLDS group in Mendon, Utah. How they are traveling is unclear. They may be with their adult siblings. So I'm not sure what the circumstances are surrounding this case, but we have Alan and Rochelle both missing, believed to be heading to Utah to an FLDS group. Either way, their family wants them back. So let's not forget about 21-year-old Jonathan Wang, possibly last seen in Kirkland, Washington. He is high-functioning autistic, but he does respond to his name, but he does kind of present himself as a 10-year-old, guys. Up to the point that he left, which was March 30th of this year, he his social interaction was his immediate family. So he's not used to being around a lot of people. Anybody knows anything, just call 911 immediately. Let's not forget about our little buddy, $500,000 reward for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He needs to be home with his dad. I'm just hoping and praying that something gives here. Something's got to give so that Sebastian is brought home. Travis Decker, still alive or still on the loose. We don't know if he's alive or if he took his own life. He is wanted for taking the lives of his 3 young children. So there's 3 counts of first-degree murder and first-degree kidnapping in relation to the deaths of Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia seen with their mom there. Travis is considered to be armed, very dangerous. He has military experience. He's used to being out in the wild. They say do not approach him. If you see him, just call 911 immediately. All right. Oh, goodness. 23. Hello, Ginger Girl. Good to see you. Voila. Hello, hello. Let's see. Trees. Hello, hello. Good to see you. No More Lies. Hello. Brenda Joe. Hello, hello. Did you make it home okay? I didn't even know you left. I was planning on coming down, and all of a sudden I realized that Lacey wasn't. Brenda and I went and did some errands today, and I'm wiped. Just that little bit. You just got home. Gotcha. All right. So today we are going to look at. I was really astonished. I don't know if you saw my um thumbnail, but take a look at that. From the first interview to the most recent one that Daniel did, look at the change just in his facial structure alone. What do you think? In my opinion, the rug scenario may not be too far off when you look at these pictures. I could be wrong. I hope that I am. Wow. Oh, goodness. You really think so? Isn't Botox expensive? I don't think he could have. Yes. I mean, he really look at the dark circles under his eyes. Yeah. Those eyes. I mean, look at even his eyes. I mean, look at how, guys, I mean, they're half shut. Look at the lines coming down from his nose alongside his mouth. Um, those lines. Look at the difference. He's more filled out now. He does not look good, in my opinion, at all. Now, I mean, there could be uh, um there could be several reasons. Was he distraught at the time, not sleeping? I mean, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look to see what day that interview was. We'll be watching that shortly. The scratch on his face, yes, underneath his what would have been his left eye, right? Um, looks like it's all healed up now. Um, I'm just going to say it, and I don't know if it's the case. I have no clue, but to me, the left side, that left picture, looks like someone who has a rug problem. I've seen it over and over and over again. Whether that's true or not, I can't say. We know that there's been rumors of rugs. I don't know. Okay, Walla, you're funny. Yes, I mean, he looks rough. He really does. Not so super Dan. Yeah, you know, and I mean, when I went to, there's a small creator who put together his interviews from the beginning in chronological order to his most recent one. And immediately when it started, I was like, oh my gosh, what a difference, you know? And I remember seeing this first one, and I don't know, didn't think about it, but um, yeah, big change in my opinion. Yeah, yeah, everything about him, you know. Well, I mean, that was when Malaya took off, right? He looked for 10 minutes. He said no ATV. Then he used the ATV. I know. I know. I know. Trust me. Um, this case, this case is so frustrating, isn't it? Um, I just, there's no doubt in my mind that what they went through that weekend had to have been horrendous, whether guilty knowledge or not. You know, it had to have been a horrible experience, right? This Friday, they're both going to be on CBC. That'll be interesting, right? No more lies. Let's be nice. Um, no, and I disagree with you. The craziness is coming from the fact that the narrative keeps changing. Daniel keeps lying, and I'm not the only one saying this. Everybody has noticed it. Everyone has noticed that Daniel cannot keep his story straight. He's lying on top of lies on top of lies. Hello, Osprey. Yeah, I agree with you, Trees. Changing stories. I don't know if there are some creators that are changing the narrative, but I haven't watched other creators as far as looking to see if they're telling the truth or not. What I paid attention to is what Daniel is saying. And we're going to hear that in just a minute here. Hi, Lori. Yes, he's just told lie after lie, lie after lie. And I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to go ahead and watch that. I want to make sure that you guys can see it okay. Hello, Chemistry Queen. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, Walla, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Whoever received a membership from Walla, please, please, please thank them for that. And Lacey. All right. And yes, please follow YouTube chat guidelines. Do not mention other YouTube creators or channels in the chat. Be kind to each other, respect the opinion of others, and have respect for the grieving family members. Awesome. Well, welcome to the fold, Osprey. Exactly, Lori. Daniel changed his version to Malaya's. Nobody did that but himself. You know, you normalize. It's, you know, you have a right to your own beliefs, okay? I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not going to argue with you. Here at Granny's Crime Busters, we look at statement analysis. We've looked at, everything. So, hello, Truth and Beauty. Good to see you. Why are the family members grieving? No more lies. Do you know something we don't know? If you do, speak up. That's right. Sometimes it's okay to agree to disagree. That's right. I think it's a change in timelines and lies. If you speak the truth, there's zero lies or changing the narrative. Exactly. Things don't change. The narrative doesn't change, shouldn't change from what Malaya said to what Daniel said, and then back again. I mean, it shouldn't change. Okay, no more lies. This is my channel. You won't tell me what to say or what not to say. Just not going to happen here. So I'm just telling the truth and showing what I see. Okay, so we don't need that kind of stuff. He is gone. Sorry, folks. I'm not going to put up with that. All right. Neuro, hello. Well, you just missed me booting out somebody, a Daniel defender, which I'm not here to say that Daniel's guilty. I think he has guilty knowledge, but hello, Anne. To be honest, I haven't seen tears or grieving from Daniel in a long time. Yeah. Well, I'd like to know why he says he's grieving and that Daniel's one of them. Why are they grieving? What do they know that we don't know? Exactly, Osprey. You don't have to have a good memory if you tell the truth, right? You don't. Absolutely, Anne. Let me get it for you. There you go, Ann. That's a link to become a member. All right. Yes, they can, but we also can delete them as well. And I actually block No More Lies. I will not take that from anyone. I kind of expected that to happen because I have watched that individual in other chats. So I kind of got the impression that he's very close to Daniel. And I kind of expected it today, to be honest, because I'm talking about Daniel. So, yes, truth and beauty. Awful lot of interlopers joining in on this case, and it does make you wonder, right? It really does. Welcome in, Anne. Welcome in. So we've gotten 2 new members today.
Granny's got a plan with a twist and a flair. Crime solving secrets in a rocking chair. A family bound tight with capes and a clue. Now you're one of us, we believe in you. Welcome to the team, the squad, the crew. Chasing down chaos like we always do. Grab a magnifying glass, put your game face on. With Granny's Crime Busters, the thrill's never gone.
One of the words in that song is facing down chaos like we always do. I love it because that's what we just did, isn't it? Got blocked from another channel too. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, none of us can. We can't defend a possible suspect in the disappearance of 2 children. And there was neglect. We can't defend that, right? Yes, welcome, Ann. We appreciate you. Hello, Virginia. Doesn't the law see the inconsistencies in the stories and then swoop in and take some action? I feel like this is just going to end up a mystery. You would think so. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I do feel as though one of our subscribers talked to our CMP just this past week, and they told her that there is a lot going on behind the scenes that they cannot talk about. They can't give details, but there is a lot going on. They also told her that they are very well aware of Durwood and who he is and what he's saying, whatever that means. Take that for what you will, but that's what they told her. So I do have faith that they are piecing together a case. I really do. Yeah, I saw that. He has an interesting video coming out tonight. Yep. Is that true? Okay. Wow. That's interesting. So he actually admitted to it, Osprey? Solving crimes in a rocking chair. It's exactly what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm solving anything, but I'd like to think that I'm bringing awareness and trying to sort through the chaos, right? If Daniel is enmity, M M&T. I don't know how you say that, but anyway, yes. I seriously question his mental stability. I know. I don't think in the CBC thing, I won't believe any of it. It's right, and we're gonna look at a timeline here in a little bit. Um, but I'm not even sure I believe that, but we'll get into that in a minute. That ought to be interesting. Mike Demand doing Janie's interview. Yeah, I guess. Well, hello, Ementi. So you're not Daniel. So you didn't admit you were Daniel last night. Somebody just said that in here. So, um, but welcome in. Plus, Super Dan lost access to his child and has to go for regular drug testing. That means something to me. And that would make me think that the picture on the left that we showed earlier makes sense, right? Yeah, I have seen that Daniel comes on as himself before. Well, I'm keeping the faith, Virginia, because no matter what kind of chaos goes on, it's about Lily and Jack. That's what's important here is getting justice for these two babies. Who has a new video? Mike Demand is going to be doing another one tonight or something. I didn't even look to see when it was. We'll probably, if that's the case, we will probably watch it tomorrow. Yeah, me too, trees. That's why I didn't know. That's a good question. Eventually, how do you know Daniel? Or do you know Daniel? And how do you know him if you do? You don't know him and you don't even know where that's coming from. Okay. All righty. Appreciate you answering. It helps to clear up some of the garbage, right? Daniel was taking questions and someone asked him if he was E-Menti. He confirmed in chat, unless it wasn't him. Well, here's my question. I mean, were both of them in chat at the same time? Because that's impossible. And hold on, because actually, are you talking about the chat from last night? Because I have those screenshots from that. Gotcha. So you do know Dan then? I agree. Telling him to talk to YouTuber because media won't clear air. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it just causes further issues. And the reason that I say that is because let's look at this. If you guys can see it all right. So these are some of the chat messages, and the link to where I got these from in chat last night is in the description for my video. First one, I know a couple of them are hard to see. I have to hold, and this is Daniel talking, all of these. I have to hold back on some evidence because it's held between me and major crime investigators. Our CMP removed the blanket from the garbage. I made the call. Cindy sure did take Meadow away right quick. And he was showing pictures around the home of trails and stuff. And Daniel said that's the Gordon Summit Road, not an ATV trail. And Ginger, help me with this if I'm, not thinking correctly. I'm the one trying to find them. Look at Malaya's side of the family. He has said that before, that he's the one that's actually doing all the work, right? Gotcha. So no, you don't know Daniel. This all started from a creator because he was low info and didn't have Daniel's text and thought I had inside info. Gotcha. Just because you followed close. Okay. I actually did see it today, Ementi. I was like, no, not our Ementi, right? Don't worry about it. But guys, here is a really good example. People get caught up. They make accusations that are unfounded, and then you have a subscriber being talked about in a video. It's nuts. It is nuts. It, you know, it's wrong on so many levels. I can't even. Yeah, honestly, it's the first time I ever watched that guy, and I didn't like him at all. He's nasty in my opinion. Logan said Daniel and his brother filmed him going into the bin and opening a trash bag to see if it was there. Yes. Yes, she sure did. Sure did. So let's continue on with this. I called our CMP and they took the large section of the blanket for evidence. Mohawk mom. It's Daniel saying that Logan is lying in her statement. If blanket was on a window, it didn't matter. Daniel said the blanket was on a door. And it's all on body cam by our CMP. The blanket was taken as evidence by our CMP after I called. Isn't it funny how, so in the Sebastian Rogers case, who was the one that kept talking about evidence? They have no evidence. It was Chris Proudfoot, right? right? Seth doesn't care about the evidence. He just wants his son home. He's not talking about evidence. But Chris is, oh, he made it so clear. He wanted to point out that they had no evidence. None. Oh my gosh. No evidence. Sebastian just went poof. Why is Daniel Martell talking about evidence? My question. There was a hole ripped in the bag, and it was a pink lots of laugh doll blanket. The garbage bin lid is heavy. No animal can get in it. That's a good point. It rained heavy. Oh, it was a doll brand. It's a good point. It rained heavy the night before on Friday. The blanket would have been heavy when wet. Blanket was found Saturday and it downpoured the night before. $20 or $30, I drew a map of my travel for major crimes. The ATV was driven by his brother Justin. He adds there is a dense forest and rough streams, and he himself searched 20 to 30 acres when they first went missing. I did all around the house in the four-wheeler ATV. I did as much as I could on the first day and the second day. Really? I find that interesting. Yeah, please don't mention names, okay? Oh no, they need to take the small piece of blanket that was on the tree to forensically test. Yeah, that blanket flew out of that garbage, landed on the tree. Right? There's no evidence, but he gave them the pink doll blanket for evidence, and people were calling it a Barbie doll blanket. So our good friend that we just banned out of here, No More Lies, said it's a doll brand blanket. Don't mix it up, people. Hello, Bobby. Good to see you. No, I'm usually on at this time every night, 5 o'clock Central. Hello, Green Eyes. Good to see you. Welcome in. All right, so let's see, I never drove it. I sat on the front of the HEV. Yes, it helped me to get a new search area. It's not like it was secretive helicopters above and drones. I got 2 staplers now. My brother and mom were on the HEV. I'm not protecting Malaya. Now remember, they're having a conversation on this channel, right? And these are just his statements in chat. Okay. That's why some of them just don't really make sense. But people were making comments about why Daniel wasn't putting up flyers, and he said he couldn't find a stapler. He's got 2 staplers now. He was sitting on top of the HEV. He wasn't driving it. Why wasn't he driving it? Does Daniel not have a driver's license? Did he lose his driver's license? I mean, I don't know. You asked Daniel, and he said there were 2 blankets. Oh. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Well, I seen photos of a pink blanket in the trailer window. Interesting. Woohoo. He can do double duty, one in the left hand, one in the right hand. He can put those flyers up everywhere. Yes, and according to Daniel, the blanket covered a door, not a window. I'm assuming a window in the door. Right. I I had a trailer. I had a window in my door. Yeah, 2 blankets now. That's really suspicious. 2 blankets, 2 kids. Oh. So Malaya was up at 6:17 and 6:18 to mark absent from school. I helped on the fence. I searched both ways, no trails, just dirt roads. Right first, then left. I just got some important messages. I will be back another day. Um, Ginger refreshed my memory. Oh, they were trying to get him to come up and talk, right? And so he said, I got some important messages. I'm going to come back another day. And I only do interviews by accredited news networks. Why do you not see me on YouTube doing them? And then I put that link, which is also in the description for the video. Yes, exactly, Lori. I'm not going to say that I've never used a blanket. When I moved into an apartment my dad and I were renting, I became store manager, and we moved into a different place. And right outside my window was a big honking streetlight that shone in my bedroom window every night. Now, I don't know how you guys are, but I cannot stand to have light coming in my window when I'm sleeping. I can't handle it. It has to be dark. And so I and and I purposely bought um those light darkening windows, or what, you know what I'm talking about. And it didn't help because that light was so doggone bright, like it was bright shining right in my window. So I took a dark navy blue blanket and put over the top of it, and that finally helped. So I have put blankets on my windows, but that was the reasoning behind it. The case where even simple details don't make sense. Yes. He exited when the questions were getting more direct. Yes. Green eyes. I understand that. I get that. We've had Durwood in here. Um, we had another guy who is a Daniel supporter, I think, that we just kicked out earlier. And only because he was attacking. I don't have a problem with him defending Daniel. That's not a problem. Nobody is going to sit here and attack me or anyone in my chat. So, yes, he may be watching this too. That's fine. Daniel's accounts change more than the weather. They sure do. Yes, blackout curtains. That's what they're called. You knew what I meant, chemistry, right? I had blackout curtains. I purposely bought it for that reason. When after the first night I stayed there, I'm like, oh nope, this isn't working. I've got to get some blackout curtains. Went and bought the darkest pair I could find, and yeah, nope, didn't work. So I put a blanket over the top of that, and then that worked. If Daniel's watching, he should get out there and put those 2 staplers to good use instead of monitoring YouTube channels. If Janie, Durwood, Daniel told the police they thought Malaya planned to get someone to take the kids, the police wouldn't have searched the woods a second time. I agree. I agree. You have a sheet over the window in your dog's room. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with that. I think that um I don't know where the second blanket though is coming from. So that's really irritating. Daniel is all over YouTube. Yeah. All right. So the next one just kind of wanted to touch base on is Daniel's interviews in chronological order. Keep track, guys, of the inconsistencies. Look at that scratch right there. That's pretty deep. How did that happen? Did anybody ever ask Daniel about that scratch? I'm wondering. Yeah, I notice that when Daniel is in a chat, he answers only what he wants to. That makes sense, Ginger. It was hot today, 90 here. No, I didn't see that. Menti, I didn't see that one. Yeah, if we have time, Ann, we're going to watch it tonight. Someone said it's an old scar. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't believe that. But I mean, take a look while he's talking. To me, this doesn't look old, but let's listen. Look at the searchers back here, guys. They were literally camped out there while they were searching. Wow. Let's see what everybody's saying. You need a hearing aid and binoculars. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, I'll back it up a little bit then. Um, okay.
For Lily, blue boots for Jack, with dinosaurs on them.
Still see that
Lily had a
scar.
backpack with white, and it was white, with strawberries on it. I imagine now if they're in the woods that it'd be probably brown, but I don't see them carrying their backpack. I don't see them keeping a pull-up one for that long after it got soaked from the very first day. We only found the 2 boot tracks outside of the house.
Whereabouts?
Right beside the house, probably 10 feet away from the backyard.
In the backyard, okay.
Nothing new, other than the helicopters are still in the air. And they had dogs. They took around the dogs today. And as of last night, they had 8 more drones going out with infrared. I urge the public to come out if you have anything, come out as fast as possible and get it to any detachment or any police service that you have available to get to talk to. We were searching. We covered everywhere possible. Even in the first day, we did. Even with me running through the woods, I was ahead of the helicopters and ahead of the drones and stuff like that, screaming as loud as I can. Just until my throat hurt. Running through water that was up to my waist. And as soon as I got back, I wasn't back in the woods until a man dressed in military outfit said I could go back into the woods. I hate being wet and cold. So they immediately would have came right back into the house. The only 2 prints are right beside the house facing the road, and then that's it. Just waiting and waiting for them to come home. Hardly any evidence at all since the first day. It's mind-boggling that nothing else was found. The last of RCMP in the area that I've seen, they were at Lansdowne Lake, and they told me that they scoured the lake, divers, and sonared the lake, and there's no evidence at all. If they were in this area, would have found them. My family's still searching.
You said they're flying in someone to do a polygraph test. Is that on you?
That's not just on me, but on everyone. That's what I asked for. I asked for that so early on, and there's not many.
He asked for that. He asked for that. Yeah, fake tears always with Jack, right? Okay. Yes, Sam, we're going to listen to it, okay? Yeah, the backpack being brown, recall memory. Good point, Jump As. Yeah, I think it looks like a recent scratch, and as these interviews keep going on, it's healing, right? I'm actually watching it because these are in chronological order, going to the most recent. So I'm watching it heal as we go along. It's kind of weird.
Places that do it in Canada, so they're flying somebody in.
Why do you think you need to do that? Do you think they don't believe you?
I think their side of the family doesn't believe me, and I just want to clear it up for everyone. Clear it up for everyone, not just the people online making crazy accusations and
How thin his
everything
face
else.
is.
No idea. I had no idea. I'm still searching every day. Still searching every day. I'm waiting
Look
for
at that.
information. I have to let them do a lot of their stuff with the aircrafts and everything else, and dogs and searchers. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be coordinated, and I can't just go running through the woods. I want to, but I just can't right now because the searches are so far out. Still holding out hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything. I've done everything. I've given them all my information. I'm here to find the kids. Well, I know they can't go forever. I mean, there's search and rescue workers searchers that have already been injured. They've spent so much resources. I mean, resources doesn't matter at this point, but I mean, everybody's tired. There's some people that I don't think they even went home. I'm absolutely exhausted at this point after going through 6 days of virtual hell. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm just fighting for Lily and Jack. It breaks my heart. Pure exhaustion at this point. I mean, sadness just turns to anger because there's no answers. And I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to get answers. Bring cadaver dogs. They search for anything they can find. I want as much as they can do. Me and my family still go out sometimes and search, but everything's been searched that we can really dive into at this time. They have over 12,000 man hours searched in the woods, and they're planning on doing more, which I'm really grateful for. Every day when I wake up, it just feels like I'm reliving a nightmare of May 2nd. But the main feelings from sadness have just turned to anger because there's no evidence as of after 1 month, and it's really taken a toll. I know that they're working hard and they're using every resource they have, and it makes me hopeful because that's all we have at this point is just hope. I know the truth. I didn't kill Lily and Jack.
It's been 6 weeks now since you've seen Lily and Jack. I just want to ask, how are you holding up?
It's been a long 6 weeks. I know that everybody basically...
Look at his face here, guys. The scratch is now healed. And Ginger, your necklace is still around his neck. Yeah. Poor hygiene or rugs or both. Yes, and look at in this picture how his face is filled out and no more dark circles under his eyes. And like his Green Eyes keeps saying, he's got to look good for them other women. I'm just saying. He gives you the creeps. Yeah. Yeah, no scratch in this interview. It's healed entirely. It's healed entirely. Darn Timu. That's his one accessory that he never takes off. I wonder who bought him that gold chain. Exactly, Neuro. He's not twitchy. But we've been told over and over again, haven't we, that he's getting rug tested weekly now. So it would make sense that all of a sudden his face is filling out. He doesn't have dark circles under his eyes. Unfortunately, the damage to his teeth isn't going to be healed, but you know. Yes, seriously, right, trees? Yes, you do. You put it's automatic. You do it without even thinking. You see him coming, you put your hands up. Hello, Tammy. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, what a difference, guys, between the first interview to this interview. The scratch is there, pronounced big time. What happened? Totally gone. Most recent video. Look at the bags underneath the eyes. Look at how thin his face was. Look at his eyes. Not a good look. Exactly. His pupils are not enlarged anymore either. Exactly. Exactly. So let's go to the timeline that you guys are talking about here. Okay. Let me get this off of there. And I will try to make it as big as I can, guys. There we go. All right. So this isn't very long. It's 8 minutes. And this is all credit to Daphne's case files. Please remember that when I am showing opinions from another channel, video from another channel, does not mean that they necessarily reflect what we believe here. Okay.
Hey internet friends, so today's video is going to be going over the timeline once again. I just want to make this crystal clear. I am not on anybody's side concerning the Jack and Lily case other than Jack and Lily Sullivan. I do not vouch for any of the family members, only for Jack and Lily, and all I care about is finding them and wanting to know the truth to where these two children are, because from the RCMP's outlook on this, it isn't good, and in my opinion, they don't believe the children are alive, and the children are not at some reserve. I don't care how many times it's been pushed. There is no proof of this. There are no clues to where these children are. So until there's proof,
Sorry, guys. Goodness sakes. All right. So is it true Daniel has a new girlfriend? I don't know. allegedly, yes, his um, a friend of hers was in our chat. She did email me, but the information that she gave me was confidential. I cannot share that information. I do protect my sources, so all I can say is that there were texts between them that said, "I love you," something like that. So allegedly, he's supposed to have one. I don't know. I can't honestly say. Yeah. Here's the thing, Darren hasn't been able to provide receipts. He doesn't know exactly where they were, so can you guys hear me now though? And we did find out last night. Um, we did find out last night that this girl that he's allegedly seeing does not have children, which that was a thing I was worried about. Okay. Oh, no worries, Tammy. I figured you were probably asked. And nope, I did not get sent anything. Received nothing. So let's see. Yeah, forensic results. I think they also want to find the children. And I agree with Daphne here. She said the same thing. She does not, law enforcement doesn't believe the children are alive. She doesn't think so. And unfortunately, I've taken that position as well. I don't believe they are with us anymore. I hope to God I'm wrong, guys. I really hope to God I'm wrong. But yes, trees, nobody's been able to prove, Darren hasn't been able to show receipts. Oh, but 1,000% they're alive, right? I want receipts. I want receipts. So, yes, forensics could take forever. Oh, well, I hope you find one, Bobby. Good luck to you in that case. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, Explorer, here's the thing. I will only tell you what I know to be fact. I can't, you know, when something is hearsay, I'm just not going to, I'm not going to tell you that it that it's true. We try to stick to facts here, as much as we possibly can. At some point, I think that what I was told in confidence will probably come out, and then you guys will know a little bit more. But again, right? I mean, we don't know what's real and what's not. Yeah, I'm sure they have phone data, for sure. For sure. Starting to look like more than an accident. Well, here's what I think. I think it was an accident and then a cover up. People, that came in here today, no more lies, for example, thinks that I'm going after Daniel. I'm not going after Daniel. I'm really not. I'm looking at Daniel because he was one of the people that were in that home when those children went missing. He's the one that's been speaking out, and he's the one that has changed his narrative so many times we don't know what to believe, right? He's very suspicious. I just got to say that. I will say this, and I could be wrong, but I don't think he's a red rummer. But I do think he's got guilty knowledge. And I think Malaya's got guilty knowledge. But I don't believe either one of them are red rummers. That's why I'm leaning toward some kind of an accident with these kids. And when I look at Daniel's face, that picture of Daniel's face, and the fact that he's being rug tested weekly, it scares me as to what the children might have gotten into. And then the panic sets in, right? Oh my gosh, I'm going to go to prison, right? A Timu chain would probably look better than the one he's wearing around his neck now. Yes, it is. It is. Hello, Betty. Welcome in. We're happy to have you. My thing is, if Daniel knew kids were put somewhere, why did he look in the woods? Set up. Set up. Throw the police off. Well, where's if you call that your children are missing, where's the first place the police are going to look? Around your home. And they happen to live in a wooded rural area. So police are going to search that area, right? So he's going to look there just so he doesn't look guilty. That's what I think. I could be wrong. I agree, JDR. Coordinating the iPhone data with the vehicle data with camera videos. Absolutely. And that all takes time, doesn't it? And then, yeah, that all takes time. Good point. That's a good question for you to ask Durwood, Ginger. If the children are alive, why is Daniel asking for cadaver dogs? Why is Daniel grieving? Like No More Lies told us today. Why is he grieving? Why is he grieving? I do not think they are with us any longer. The children were harmed by consuming a substance or a result of rug rage. Yeah, definitely a cover-up. I think they both have guilty knowledge. I think that, in my opinion, allegedly, I don't think Malaya knows where Daniel put the kids. I have my own thoughts on that. Everybody knows my thoughts on that. I think the kids were put in the Bay of Fundy. What, Tammy? You got cemeteries out last night? What does that mean? Even the RCMP do not believe Daniel's story because they say that the children were last seen the day before. not the morning of. That kind of gives you an idea of what our CMP believes. If the kids were disposed, that would be down to a male or males. I agree. You got scolded for what? Oh, did they think that you gave me info? You didn't give me info. Is that why you were questioned, Tammy? That's sad. Wow. People are so sad. Heaven forbid that we could have the brains here to figure some things out, guys, on our own without, you know, they're trying to make it seem that way. We have to go by the press release. It's not a cast member of the mystery gang with Scooby-Doo. Wow, you crack me up. Oh my gosh. But it's true. We have to go by the press releases. And I try to listen what Daniel says, but guys, he's all over the place. They had to have seen the scar neural, right? They interviewed him that day. He was out there making himself known. You know, I'm sure that I don't need to call in the scar. I don't want to waste their time, right? They had to have seen it. It was bloody and it was fresh, right? You know how a scar looks when it first, scars over. 4 adults on the property, and none of them know what happened to the kids. I highly doubt it. In my opinion, there was a gathering and they passed out while the kids got into harmful substances. Or it could be as simple as when they were all in bed, the kids got up and were playing and got into something. Either way, I agree with you. I think the 3 amigos going around the property on an HEB have answers they are not telling. Oh, yes. I'm going to tell you something. Okay, 2 people on an HEB, gotcha, not a problem. But 1 on the hood, the front of the HEB, no. That is dangerous as all get out, number 1. And there are down trees and everything that they have to go over. Now, HEBs can go over that, especially if you have 4-wheel drive, but not if you're sitting on the hood of the HEB. So who's telling the truth here? There's no way he was, unless he was on flat road. And even then, that's dangerous. I do wonder if they were hiding their lugs. That could be. I wondered about that too. Hello, Sandra. Busy summer days, I know. Then Dan says yesterday he talked to investigators, and the investigators think they're alive now. I don't believe anything Dan says, honestly. Back and forth. Yeah. His narrative changes like the wind, like the weather. The wind and the weather. I agree. I don't think she wants to know. I don't, she probably can't handle it, can't stomach it. Especially if he put them in the Bay of Fundy. She's not going to want to know that. And that's what's really scary. People are gullible. Yeah. I got scolded because I had said, like others, that RCMP called me back and that cadaver dogs were in and a couple others never got a call back. Oh, Tammy. Yes. Well, um, you do understand why they wouldn't have gotten a call back, right? I mean, seriously, look at the chaos. I'm just saying. So, it's a difference between your call and them not getting a call back. Yeah. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. Ginger did tell me about that, Tammy. She let me know. Because she saw it. I don't know how you guys can. Yeah, I don't know. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I've been thinking about that a little bit. I really don't want to get into any kind of pissing match, right? I've done a really good job about staying away from that kind of stuff with the Sebastian Rogers case, and I could see how it could really happen here. And I mean, of course, you guys are free to, go and listen to whoever you want to listen to, and I listen sometimes too, but I don't want to get caught up in any kind of I don't know, enmity, anything like that, right? I don't want to have any kind of problems with any creators, no matter who they are. And that's true. Never mind what people say. The police call back when they have something to check out and when they actually believe you. Here's the thing. There's a saying, and I'm thinking of what MNT went through, MNT, however you say your name, and you as well, Tammy. Um, when people show you who they are, believe them, and we'll leave it like that, okay? I agree with you, Walla. Yeah, and that's kind of minor in compared to what could happen, right? So police are dotting their I's, crossing their T's, and I think, you know, I'm sure you didn't say anything. Like I said, when they show you who they are, believe them. That's all I can say. Hello, Phoenix. Good to see you. JDR. Oh my gosh. Yes, you're talking about Malaya Lori. Yes, reality set in. It's difficult, I think. Um, that's why I really honestly believe I do not believe that either Malaya or Daniel are strong internally, and I think one of them is going to crack. We're starting the fun. Tammy, I know, right? We would like to think that, but it didn't take, it, when I saw what was happening in the Sebastian Rogers case, I'm just going to be honest. I got iced out. I, I was totally ignored. And that's when I decided, you know what, doesn't matter. At first I was hurt. You can ask Ginger. I was hurt. But then I decided, you know what? That's probably for the best. Because I'm over here, I'm not taking anybody else's followers. I I don't want followers who want the drama anyway, right? Um I'm just going to build my own family, keep my nose to the grindstone as far as what I'm trying to build, and stay out of the chaos. And I've done a pretty good job of it. And you guys have made it so much fun, you know, and I feel safe. I'm hoping you guys feel safe. And I love what we're building here. Are we building small and slowly? Yeah, but I don't care. I'd rather have a group of people that really want to know the truth and know the facts and want the awareness of cases, and feel safe coming in here than having a lot of drama. Just, I don't want any part of it. So, I found out very quickly that it's not all about finding the kids. Right? Woohoo, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police called me. Yes, me. Yes. And we celebrate that with you, Tammy. That's a good point. Good point. Thank you, Lori. Yes, exactly. I don't want to bring it in here. I don't want to cause any hatred against me or this channel and anybody else. Don't want, you know. And that's very true. It's clicks and views only for some channels, not the real reason, Jack and Lily. I agree. 100%. Hey, no worries. You don't have to say you're sorry. Yeah. Yep. Agree about Lily and Jack in water. Daniel and Malaya telling them to search the wood tells me, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because you're going to call, make the call 911. My kids are in the woods, right? Oh my God, they're in the woods. You know they're going to look there. So that's the last, if you don't want the kids to be found, it's the last place you're going to put them. Yeah. Oh, and the references to water, diving in. Sorry, guys, my allergies are kicking in. See, Ementi is having issues as well. Guys, like I said, people show you who they are, believe them. That's my new favorite quote. That's my grannyism for Ementi and for Tammy Burke today, especially just for the two of you. How about that? You guys are loved over here, okay? We love you. We're not ever gonna stab you in the back. It just will not happen. I agree with you. I agree with you. So let's continue listening. I'm trying to get caught up because you guys are talking a mile a minute. But let's listen to this because it is only 8 minutes. So
Or the RCMP or investigators come out and say that the children are somewhere else, I'm going to keep on believing that, unfortunately, that they've been hurt. I'm just going to say it like that, and probably in the woods somewhere. I don't know if they're getting cadaver dogs or what. We have not been updated regarding that, but I do want to.
this is where I do disagree with Daphne. I do not think they're in the woods.
Go over the timeline. Yes, last night I was kicked out of a private chat where Janie was speaking, and I was in there just to get the timeline because, as you know, my friend and I are the ones who have been working on this, and it's kind of ironic that we share the timeline with this person and then they block us from the chat. And I even shared their fundraiser type video.
See, Tammy and Ementi, you're not the only ones getting attacked. I'm telling you, it's evil out there.
Thing on my channel, and then they block. So yeah, we're not even going to talk about that. Enough with the drama. We are going to be focusing more on Jack and Lily and less on mom and dad and the rest of the family. But I am grateful that Janie was able to fill in some of these holes that have been just gaping wide since the beginning of this case. And supposedly she is going to be doing an interview on the national news or CBC, I believe it is, in Canada. I believe maybe last week she did, and maybe it's coming out today, or I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. So what we are going to be doing today.
So she's going to get into what Janie said. I want to give a disclaimer here, guys. I am not sure that I believe what Janie says. I'm just going to put that out there. To me, this is all alleged. We haven't been able to believe anything Daniel says, so I'm having a hard time believing anything his mom says as well. Just saying, we are listening to it because she feels that she's got some kind of the timeline down, but I myself am not buying it. So, but let's listen.
Today is going over the timeline again. Now, this is going to be starting from Wednesday when they went to Patty's to supposedly wash laundry and then didn't get home until 10 p.m., which was late because Janie had mentioned something to Daniel about getting home so late. We are going to be starting from that day and then ending Friday ending Friday after the children went missing. Now, I'm just going to put up the captions of the exact words, so I'm not messing up anything and you guys hear crystal clear. Now, like I said, we have filled in the timeline to the best of our knowledge. Yes, we have other things in the timeline from other people who have said or have been told, but it'll say who it's from, like if it's from Durwood or if it's from Janie or if it's from Belinda or Daniel's text, it'll say in the description to the right of the timeline. So you guys stay tuned, and we're going to go over the timeline again. Like I said, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, kids go missing. So if you want to go ahead and print out the timeline I have on my community page and go over it with us here in the video, that would be great. All right, guys, get ready, like, share, and subscribe. Wednesday morning, around 12 o'clock in the afternoon, they went to Patty's to do laundry. They didn't get back until 10 p.m. The reason I know is my dog barked and let me know. I opened up my door. I said to Daniel, "You're getting home kind of late, aren't you?" And he said, "I would have been home a lot earlier." All right, Thursday morning. They didn't go to school. Heard they went to town. I don't know where they went. I don't know what they bought. And nothing. And then I come out of the trailer. I heard the kids outside and I opened up the door. Jack and Lily were right over here by the playhouse. If you look on Google Maps, between the playhouse and the woodshed where the swings are, they were out here looking for worms and centipedes. Because when I opened up the door, Jack said, "Look, I found a worm. I found a centipede." And I said, "Good boy. You keep looking." Then I went out, started raking up the yard here for leveling out the ground for a swimming pool for the kids, because I was going to put one up this year. Waiting for Daniel to help me build the fence because he had to go look for his tools. Then after that, when Daniel came and helped me with putting up the 2x4s up or on the boards on the fence, I continued with the fence. Then I went back to get something to eat. I don't know what time the kids went inside or what time they went to bed or anything. And this is Friday morning. I get up at 6. I sat here and played on Facebook. I sent a thing to my brother at 6:24, and at 7:00 a.m. I went out and I did up the chickens. I get back in. I sat here. I played on Temu, which is the worst thing you can do because it's addicting. And then my brother called me at 8:48, talked for 2 minutes and 59 seconds. He asked me if I was going to town. I said no. I said I'm staying home. I'm going back to bed to have a sleep. I went back to bed. It wasn't long after that. I can't tell you how long. I laid there for a little while playing on my Facebook. I dozed off. I heard the dog bark. The kids were outside. I heard the kids. And then after that, I didn't hear nothing. Everything just went completely silent. And I don't know how long after that, I heard Daniel yelling for the kids. I figured he was yelling at the kids to get inside. Or Jack was letting my chickens out, which he usually does. He let them out a few times. So I figured Daniel was getting mad at him for that. All right, that's what I have for the timeline from Wednesday.
So there you have it. What happened to her seeing Malaya in the driveway? I mean, I don't know. Was Darren telling the truth? You got timed out too? Yeah, that was another discrepancy in that story, wasn't it, Trees? Hey, no worries. No worries. I really have felt that it was for the best in the end, right? We are family. I'm not a singer. Aw, I'm glad you do, Anne. You hear banjos a lot lately in this case. Who was taking a jab at whoever? Tell me, tell me. Who wants to be cut up for voicing our opinions? Yeah, I don't allow it here. You know, and other people say that they don't allow it, but they do. I don't get it. Yeah, we're all right there with you, Bobby. We all want to know what happened to the kids. I really feel one of them's going to break. Yeah. Tabloid Fest and yeah, it's I'm glad chemistry. That's exactly what my vision is for this channel. A safe place. Yes. Someone asked him about going in water waist deep. Yep. Boom, there it is. That's right. Lansdowne Station should be called Green Acres. Yes. It's gotten ugly. It has. Oh, yeah, I do not play the Bash for Cash game. I will not ever do that. Honestly, it's not in my genetics to be like that. I can't. I couldn't do it. I I could not do it. Deliverance 2.0 starring Dogwood Donzo Cheney. Are we seeing the pattern now? Yeah, a little bit. I just adore a penthouse view, darling. I love you, but give me Park Avenue. Oh gosh, we're showing our age here. Oh my gosh. Was Oliver the pig? Farm loving is life for me. Man, you got that going through my head now, JDR. Thank you very much. Please, someone tell me, where is the grief for these children? These people talk about the disappearance like it was a glass of soda. Seriously, I agree with you, Sandra, right? Um, and oh, but we were told today, you know, don't be attacking Daniel because he's grieving. Well, here's the thing. Um, I thought he thought the kids were alive. Why is he grieving? You only grieve for the dead. Seriously. I have a question. Daniel stated he wasn't looking for the kids by HEB, okay? Didn't he say in an interview he was on HEB channel last night? Yeah. Yeah. I showed those messages today, Tammy, earlier in the stream. Yeah, he was on the front. 20 to 30 something, right, guys? Isn't that what we learned today? 20 or 30 acres. I did all around the house in the four-wheeler ATV. I did as much as I could on the first day and the second day. Yeah. I never drove it. I sat on the front of the TV. Yes, it helped me get to new search areas. It's not like it was secretive, helicopters above and drones. He sure did say that. He sure did. Hello, Dolores. Welcome in. We're happy to have you. Yes. You know, and it seems like a lot of jealousy going on, which is weird. I don't understand or get that at all. I really don't. You know, every channel has their own thing to offer, right? So why does there have to be jealousy? I don't get that. That for the life of me, I just don't get it. Maybe transported through the woods. Yeah, very possible if they didn't want to be seen. Yes. Allegedly, Justin was driving, Janie was on the back, and Daniel was sitting on the front of the ATV. Very safe. But then, you know, I guess if you're on rugs, you're not scared of nothing. Yeah. Can't wait for the arrest. I agree. Yes. And I'm sure they see it, guys. I'm sure that they see it, and it's really sad. Really sad. Two real little human children treated like they never even existed. Yeah. It's, you know, I I'm not going to berate Malaya for not speaking. But I have to say I do find it odd. Okay. I think that there must be a reason as to why she's not, but I just know that if it were me, I'd be shouting from the rooftops. I wouldn't be able to be quiet. It wouldn't, even though, and I got to say this, I really feel that Malaya is soft spoken, not an aggressive person, maybe kind of doesn't have much self-esteem kind of thing going on, shy, whatever you want to call it, introverted. I was very much like that. But boy, one of your kids goes, or two of your kids go missing, you wouldn't shut me up. So that part of her, I do not understand. Because I wouldn't be able to. Be careful out there. Yes, in them there woods. Yes, all comments by everyone here is alleged speculation. None of us. Yeah. See, and so I understand that, and by the way, I'll credit to Daphne here, okay? And her link is in the description for the video, for my video tonight. And always is when I show stuff. So in case I forget to tell you guys that, but so all credit to Daphne, but I just don't feel that adding, I know she's trying to set up the timeline, and I get that. I'm grateful to her for that, right? Because we haven't been able to set up a timeline. There's too much missing information. So she's really trying hard. But here's what I'm going to say. I can't take what Janie says as fact to put it in a timeline. So we're back to square one, in my opinion. We don't know what happened. I can't take anything Daniel or Janie says, especially, or Darren, especially, as fact. Because they've all, I can't say Janie has been proven inconsistent yet. I can't say that, but because Daniel's her son and he's been highly inconsistent, I can't take what she says as fact. I cannot do it. Your guess is as good as mine, JDR. Bay of Fundy, in my opinion. That's where they are. Here's my thought. I don't think those kids are going to be found. We have to have a confession. We have to have a confession. I don't believe those kids are going to be found. That's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. No, I'm usually not stuck to something unless, because if something happens, that could change it. Yes. I know. So another inconsistency, trees. They weren't in bed at 8:00. Exactly. Exactly, Asprey. She is biased. No doubt about it. Yeah, I agree. Hello, Wendy. Welcome in. We're happy to have you. Well, we're not going to, I kind of stated that, first of all, we don't mention other channels on here, actual names of channels. And I don't want to tell who they were talking about, because I don't want to get into the middle of a battle with somebody, Wendy. I hope you can understand that. We've done a really good job of staying out of the garbage here at Granny's Crime Buster, and I don't want anything started between me and another channel or other channels or anything else. So, I'm sorry. We're not going to go there. Yes, Angry Rabbit. The family is trying to control the narrative. And yeah, they're the only ones that's coming out. Every day, somebody's coming out. Erin Lindsay O'Meara, welcome in. Oh, that's a good point. That's right. That's right. It was Wednesday night that they went and did the laundry and got home at 10 o'clock. That's right. You're right, Erin. Thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate that. The 8 p.m. bedtime was Thursday night, the night before they went missing. You're absolutely right. I didn't even catch that. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. And they would come after our channel. And guys, we don't want that or need it. I wondered if anybody else caught that Phoenix a little early for a pool at the end of May, especially in Canada. You know, seriously, if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves privately outside the channel, you're more than welcome to do that. But I just don't want it brought in here. Hope you guys can understand that. Yeah. She's either going to talk or she's not. I, I found it odd too. But honestly, I didn't care because I know some people were really upset about it, but I was not at all, because I don't. She's biased. I don't believe her. So, um, you know, and that's like putting things behind a paywall because somebody wants to protect. I don't know. It's weird. You know, I'm all for protecting my sources. Like I said, I had the friend of Daniel's alleged girlfriend email me, and that was fine. She wanted to. She asked if she could. I said yes, and she wanted it confidential. So I said, yeah, that's fine. That's totally different than saying, "Oh, she's going to talk." She's going, I don't. Weird. Why would you be out in the rain making gravel? Yeah, she would also by association. No, that was Wednesday night. Trees. That was Wednesday night. Was Wednesday when they went to do the laundry and didn't get home until 10 p.m. Yeah, it's getting more and more bizarre. What's going on, Walla? She heard the kids and she heard silence. Yeah, not enough time to get lost in the woods. Yes, please remember that opinions expressed here are not necessarily my cover Granny's butt time. And even what I show are not necessarily mine. I kind of explained to you that I don't believe that putting anything that Janie says in the timeline can be accurate because I just don't trust or believe in her. Could I be wrong? I could absolutely be wrong. Yeah, Daniel did say that. We are a chatty chat group. I can't keep up with you guys lately. You can't hear silence. Exactly, right? Grandma Bell, welcome in. Good point. Well, water is ice cold, right? I don't think that she was trying to put it behind the RV, though. I think she was getting the gravel from behind the RV to fill in, to make it level. That's the way I took it. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't believe they were ever in the woods either. I'm not impressed with her version either. I think she's very biased. She's covering. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys see that. Sometimes I know you want to talk about things, but I have just learned it's better not to, especially when it comes to other channels and other creators. It's just not a good look. Some of those potholes. Oh man. You were cleaning and listening in. Yes, guys, if you ever want to, and that includes, any other cases you guys want me to look into and talk about, email me. Don't be afraid to email me. I do answer my emails. Ask Ginger, ask Tammy, ask others. Five more tears of the moonshine blew up. Lansdowne Station certainly isn't Mayberry. No bacon and cheese for you? Oh, I'm sorry for you. Oh, that would kill me. I don't know if he's grieving too hard, if he's looking for other women. If Daniel shows up on these shows saying off things, he's putting themselves out there. He really is. All these messages that I went through are from last night, guys. A chat. Thank you, Sandra. Yes. Please. It does help. It gets me in the algorithm out there so other good people can come to our channel. Do I do things just for the clicks and views? No, I do it because I genuinely love to come in here and talk to you guys. And I think by now all of you know that I have a heart for the lost. He went ahead of the drones and the helicopters. Yeah. I wonder what RCMP felt about that. What do you think? They typically don't like people going in there. I think Durwood blew Janie and Daniel's story up in the air, and that's why Janie's come out to do this. That could very well be. You know. Yep, Daniel has 2 staplers now. Gatekeeping access and information on a case is not the way to go. Explain, Explorer. Explain, Explorer. Oh, you're talking about, I know what you're saying about that private and Janie's talking. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you, right? It's next to impossible getting cell signal in the RV, but Janie can receive cell calls whenever anyone else has to go to the end of the driveway for signal. Yeah. I agree. Very questionable. I owned an HEV, but before I owned an HEV, I rode with my husband on the back of his. And then I decided I wanted to drive, so I had more control. I wanted my own. So I agree. Having somebody on the front, on the top of the HEV, no. Very. Hello, Anan. Good to see you. Welcome in. Police will surely be watching Janie and Darren's interviews to look for inconsistencies. I agree. They're watching everything, guys. They are. Wouldn't doubt if they're in here at times. That's fine because we have nothing to hide in here. Oh, I love salmon, but I love to make salmon patties. Oh, so good. Oh. It's not just the not talking with Malaya. It's the wanting to just move on so casually with no kids. Well, we don't know how she's dealing with that, in all fairness, right? Do we, Menti? I mean, because she's not telling us. I think so too. Shame, guilt. I cannot believe how they have deceived the searchers, RCMP, and the public with all of their stories. Yeah. How Haley says it's a touchy subject to even bring the kids up in her family. Yeah, I have no comment for that one because I don't trust my mouth. Oh, goodness. All right. So I'm just not catching up. What do you think if we didn't talk about them for a night? What do you think would happen? I bet you they would be out on the channel fast telling new and improved stories. That's not going to happen though, because you'd have to get everybody on board, and that just, Yes, me too. I'm praying for the same thing. I don't believe that they're internally strong like the Proudfoots in the Sebastian case are. Chris and Katie are pretty doggone strong. I'll give them that. About the only nice thing I can say about either one of those two, honestly. No. um, Gee, I don't know. Why do you think she can't look at you? If I was looking at that left side, I wouldn't be able to look at you either. The right side's not much better, but I gotta say that left side, I don't know. I know, Wendy. I get it. Um, but let's just not talk about him here, okay? Yeah, 2 babies are gone. That's a bad thing, right? That's a really good point. That's a really good point. Thank you, Ginger. Yes, let's all send healing prayers for Ginger, both of my mods, Ginger and Brenda Joe. They both need our prayers. All right, so let's go over our grannyism for tonight. I thought it was appropriate. Rugs are a waste of time. They destroy your memory and your self-respect and everything that goes along with your self-esteem. So Daniel, if you're in here somewhere, Kurt Cobain said this, and you know what? There's nobody better that could have said this, right? Rugs are a waste of time. They destroy your memory, your self-respect, and everything that goes along with your self-esteem. There you have it. I thought that was very appropriate with tonight's topic, right? I don't like to see rugs mess anybody up. And obviously, I think it's a factor in this case. I really, really do. Osprey, I noticed that Daniel talks about Jack quite a bit and even has a crocodile tear. He hardly mentions Lily. Yeah. I think he had a hard time with Lily and her screaming. But I could be wrong. But yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there. Because it's so and the one Kurt Cobain we all know, right? I mean, he was a huge ruggie, right? Ended up taking his own life. Yes, Ginger. Rug abuse destroys families and hurts innocent children. Absolutely, it does, right? Absolutely. And when the parents are doing rugs, the children suffer. And we have 2 little babies missing to show for that. So guys, keep those babies in your prayers, that somebody breaks and tells the truth of what happened to these precious little ones. Honestly, out of the 4 adults that were at the house, the one person I don't think that will break would be Janie, if she's aware of what happened. Right? Yeah, rugs impact a whole family. Yes, they do. So, all right, guys, we're 2 hours and 15 minutes in. So we're going to call it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here and for, supporting the channel. I appreciate you more than you know. I really do. And please don't be afraid to email me, um, you know, even if you just want to chat, that's okay. All right. So thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.